Breastfeeding Week. That is what has been commemorated for this week, and it's actually coming to a close on this 7th day of August 2026. Now, Kenya has been commended for its efforts to promote exclusive breastfeeding, with the country surpassing the World Health Organization recommended rate of 50% to reach 60%. Experts and stakeholders speaking during this year's World Breastfeeding Week have also called for the expansion of human milk banks to ensure more infants can access safe donor breast milk when needed. As the world marks World Breastfeeding Week this August, we take a closer look at the progress Kenya has made in promoting a safe breast milk for infants while creating a more supportive environment for breastfeeding mothers. Our reporter, Anyango Vivian, explores these efforts and more. Take a look.
Kenya has been commended for surpassing the World Health Organization's target for exclusive breastfeeding, with the country's rate now standing at 60% against the global benchmark of 50%. However, health experts say more work is needed to ensure every child benefits from breastfeeding from the first hour after birth and for the recommended first 6 months of life.
Let us protect breastfeeding, invest in quality newborn care, expand access to donor human milk, and ensure no child is left behind because they were born too soon, too small, or into difficult circumstances. Let this be the moment Kenya reaffirms that every born matters, the moment we strengthen what works, accelerate action where gaps remain, and make breastfeeding a national commitment for every child.
Even with the gains, stakeholders are calling for the expansion of human milk banks, more workplace lactation centers, and stronger community support to help more mothers exclusively breastfeed their infants.
We ask government to help us support particularly partners in the private sector to help women with sufficient maternity leave as indicated in the Breastfeeding Act, so that they can be able to breastfeed their babies. And particularly in the private sector, we also know that there are a lot of hospitals that are still contravening the code.
Speaking during the National World Breastfeeding Week celebrations at Kagumo Sub-County Hospital in Murang'a County, government and development partners reaffirmed their commitment to improving maternal and child nutrition through stronger policies and expanded community health services.
Kenya continues to make encouraging progress. According to 2022 Kenya Demographic and Health Survey, 60% of infants under 6 months are exclusively breastfed, surpassing the World Health Assembly target of 50%. However, while 89% of births are attended by skilled health personnel, only 60% of newborns are breastfed within the first hour of birth. This 29 percentage point gap reminds us that improving skill delivery must go hand in hand with improving the quality of newborn care.
As the week concludes, Teresia Karanja Nikunas and a breastfeeding warrior from the Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital has encouraged mothers to ensure expression of milk as soon as possible.
There are some complications that may arise if you have not started breastfeeding immediately. For the term babies, we will get to see that after the first 2 hours of delivery, the baby sleeps off because they were tired during that process, and then it will become very difficult to arouse the baby to feed, and also it will reduce the milk production in terms of supply, the letdown. So a few days you get to see the milk is not coming as it should.
With prolonged delays in breastfeeding for the first time, Karanja states complications such as low milk production may be experienced.
I would advise them to breastfeed at any chance they get. I know we get maternity leaves, and sometimes that time is very constricted, not enough. So when you are on maternity leave, ensure that you are pumping extra milk that the baby will be feeding on once you get back to work. And then once you have resumed work and you're at home, breastfeed at any time.
Advising mothers who are working, she urged them to breastfeed at any time they get and when on maternal leave at their workplaces. They should pump enough milk that the baby will be feeding on while away.
One, if the baby is not breastfeeding. If the baby is sleeping more and you have to arouse the child, they are not feeding well, you should go to a hospital. Another thing is vomiting, you are seeing diarrhea, please go to the hospital. And if yourself, you have seen your breast engorged, there is redness on the breast, you are feeling too much pain, you have a fever, go to the hospital. So one of the things is if you're having a challenge, ask for support. Okay, and if the milk has not come down even after the support, that's when the medication come in. There are some drugs you can be given that will help in letting down the milk, and also you ensure you are feeding the baby. Even if that milk has not come down yet, it's demand versus supply. The more there is increased demand, the more the supply will come.
For Rebecca Muiri, breastfeeding as a working mother has been tiresome where they face challenges such as lack of breastfeeding rooms in some working stations, followed by tight schedules at their respective workplaces.
The challenges that we face as working mothers, I'd say this from my experience. Going back to work after 3 months is not an easy thing. Today being the beginning of the World Breastfeeding Week, and the emphasis on breastfeeding for the first 6 months, you can imagine going back to work after 3 months. So what happens to the next 3 months? It means that you have to express milk while you're at work. Some of the workstations don't have breastfeeding rooms. That's number one. Number two, even like support. Probably you even want to find there's a breastfeeding room, but you're not given time to go and express the milk. There's also that. Like you have to work throughout. And I think that's those are some of the challenges that a lot of mothers face.
This call comes as Kenya joins the rest of the world in making World Breastfeeding Week, observed annually from August 1st to 7th. This year's theme, Breastfeeding for a Sustainable Start in Life, underscores the importance of creating supportive environment that enable mothers to breastfeed and give every child the best start in life. Reporting for KUTV, my name is Vivian Anyango.